Every summer I used to go to my grandma's house. She was a great cook, and after stuffing myself, I would go upstairs to my uncle's room and boot up their old original NES and just play for the rest of the night. It was great. They had the entire array of games. Of course, you got the classics. You got the Duck Hunt Mario cartridge, the Commando, and even Excite Bike, or whatever that stupid bike game was. Probably the most played NES game we had there was Contra. Contra was my childhood. When I was younger, I didn't have too many games. I had to use the family desktop computer, which was rarely available, and the closest thing I had to a console was the Nintendo Wii my dad bought for Christmas off of Craigslist. I also had a DSi, that antiquated piece of history. It standed for DS Internet, except that I couldn't use the internet because my parents didn't give me the Wi-Fi password. Fortunately, it came with an array of bootleg games that stopped working the moment I updated the DS. Fun. The point is, I didn't know what a good game was. Hell, the only game I had on the Wii was Mario Kart Wii Sports, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, Glee, Guitar Hero, and Sonic and the Black Knight. Sonic and the freaking Black Knight! The games I had weren't that bad. Mario Kart is fun as long as you don't mind playing with tilt controls. Wii Sports, that was a game. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Oh, I didn't really wanna. Yeah, I'm not touching that. Glee was fun for the first 10 minutes because you didn't actually need to sing the lyrics. All you had to do was hum the approximate tone, and you would get it 100% right. After that was Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero didn't actually work for me because the guitar was actually broken when we got it. So, yeah, I don't really know if I would like it anyways because I'm not much of a rhythm game person. Last of all was Sonic and the Black Knight. That atrocity. Oh my gosh. The memories I have just dying in the first level. I couldn't even get past the first level because the first level, the tutorial was so badly made that I couldn't figure it out. I mean, I hadn't played to give the benefit of the doubt, I hadn't played too many games before, so I didn't really know what was going on. So it might have just been me, but a tutorial is supposed to teach a player that's new at games, or assuming that the player is new at games, so it would teach them how to play. And yeah, it's just no motion controls. Yeah, it's not a good mix. Going back to my original point, these games on the NES may have not aged well, but they did give me the idea of what a good game was, and also spurred my appreciation of difficult games. Speaking of which, the entire NES lineup of games are all extremely difficult. Pick basically any game, and it'll probably kick your ass. Contra, especially. Try beating the entire game with only 5 lives. The terrible part is that there are only a limited amount of continues, and after that it just kicks you back to the title screen. These games were transferred to the console after the era of arcade games, which meant they were meant to milk you of quarters like no one's business, and when they made this shift to NES and console games, the difficulty stayed crushing. I was never able to beat the stupid game without using the Konami code, which increased your lives from 5 to 30. Pretty big difference. But enough about this, let's talk about the gameplay. The game is meticulously crafted to kill you over and over and over again. The game is a side-scroller / platformer / shoot-'em-up. Touching any enemy bullets will instantly kill you, but instead of kicking you all the way back to the beginning whenever you die, you just respawn nearby, like still on the screen. I guess if the developers knew you'd be dying a lot. In your regular gun, you fire a single shot every time you press B, which this type of gameplay usually concludes in button mashing and frantically trying to avoid all the enemy bullets. You could fire in 8 directions by using the movement pad while you're shooting, but this also kind of makes for difficult situations where you don't want to move, but you want to shoot something on a higher or lower area, which is a bit difficult at times. You can fix the button mashing problem by getting a gun power-up. There's the shotgun that increases your spread and allows you to just shoot in the general direction of enemies instead of aiming. Aiming is too hard anyways because you're using the NES controller. There are other weapons like the flamethrower that shoots a little spinny ball It doesn't really look like a flamethrower, but it's the NES. What can you do? Also, there's the laser. The laser is probably the worst weapon because you're almost never going to be using this thing. You have to hold down B so you can make the laser move. If you release B too soon, then the laser just stops going out of your after you shoot it, which is really stupid because lasers are implying that the particle you're shooting is light, and light travels at the speed of light, if you know what I'm saying. So, I guess they just have the Star Wars problem. The laser isn't particularly useful when you're fighting little minions, because the laser does massive damage, but usually it only takes one shot to kill an enemy, so it's only useful on certain stages or bosses. This game makes me think of Castlevania. That game made you think of your actions and plan out how to complete the level, and it was still really hard. Now, take that, and instead of fighting skeletons or flying Medusa heads, you're fighting people with guns. The bad thing about guns is that they shoot at you. Like, you have more things to keep track of now. You have the people, who could also one-hit kill you, and you have the tiny, tiny bullets they shoot out, these white pellets that instantly kill you as well. While Castlevania made you stop and think, Contra makes you think on your feet while you're being shot at 3 places at once while you're trying to figure out the one spot on the particular boss monster you're fighting so you could kill it. But I digress. Most of the levels can be mastered pretty easily after some practice, except for that stupid hangar level. That level was some bull. The game is relentless, and when you finally blow up that stupid alien heart thing, it gives you a huge sense of accomplishment. But then you realize you have to beat the game without using the Konami code. Oh shoot, I forgot there's a plot to this game.